My name is George Fletcher. I was born in 1890 in St. Mary's, Kansas. My family came to Oregon at the turn of the century and settled out in Pendleton. Not much there. We lived near the Umatilla Indian Reservation, and I was pretty much adopted by the tribe when I learned about their customs, their language, and to ride a horse like they did. I first learned to ride broncos by practicing on a barrel, and by the time I was 12, I had started to rodeo. My first big rodeo was during a 4th of July celebration in 1910. I placed second. That was the beginning of the Pendleton Roundup. The next year, I made the Saddle Bronc finals, which became known as the controversial finals, and was the first time that Jackson Sundown, an Indian, and John Spain, a white feller, and me competed for the world title in rodeo. Although I had an outstanding ride and brought a cheering crowd to their feet, the judges requested a second horse for me to ride. The horse bucked wildly, and the crowd again roared its approval, but the judges placed me second to John Spain. That's when old Sheriff Till Taylor took my hat, tore it into pieces, and sold the pieces to the protesting crowd of thousands, awarding to me the money as the people's champion. Although I didn't win the championship saddle and the money, I felt real good about that. In my heart, I knew I had really won. After that, I did a lot of rodeos around Oregon, sometimes in Washington and California too. Back then, I would bump into other black cowboys like old Jesse Stahl. He sure could ride. Sometimes folks got us mixed up and thought he was me and I was him. I won a lot of championships and lots of money, too. When World War I broke out, I volunteered and went overseas and was wounded. That pretty much ended my rodeo career, but I came back home to Pendleton and worked as a ranch cowboy and whatever else work I could find until I got too old to do even that. I lived long enough to see myself inducted with the first group in the Pendleton Roundup Hall of Fame in 1969, and after my death in 1973, I was eventually inducted into the National Cowboy Hall of Fame in Oklahoma City. There's even a couple of books written up about me. I hear that people still remember me out in Pendleton, and that they have some of my stuff out there in a museum. Even made a statue of me. Fancy that.